Hare Krishna. Welcome to Nityananda Trayodasi, the most auspicious day in our Vaishnav calendar. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braje Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braje Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining us today on this most auspicious appearance day of Lord Nityananda. I'm just going to share a few things, but the glories of Lord Nityananda are unlimited. So I'm just going to read a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 1, verse 2. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando Sahodito Godadaye Pushpavanto Chitro Sando Tamo Nudo. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Goda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So we will try to speak some words of glorification of Lord Nityananda, although in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, the glories of Lord Nityananda's transcendental attributes are unfathomable. Even Lord Shesha, with his thousands of mouths, cannot find their limit. And he also says, simply by talking of Nityananda Prabhu, one awakens his love for Krishna. Thus all his bodily limbs are agitated by ecstasy, and tears flow from his eyes like the waters of the Ganges. So we pray that by speaking of him and hearing of Lord Nityananda, we can have some small amount of love awakened in our hearts, and that we can hold a meditation for today and for the rest of the year, and for every day actually, about Lord Nityananda's glories and how we can imbibe his mood and actively serve him in our everyday life. So, who is Lord Nityananda? He is none other than Lord Balaram. And Lord Balaram is the brother of Lord Krishna, slightly older brother, who is the same personality of Godhead, but as a servitor. Sri Sri Radha Radhanath ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Sri Giriraj Govardhan ki jai, Sri Nityananda Ram ki jai. So Lord Balaram is Krishna, but in the form of a servitor. He is the supreme servitor. He makes all arrangements to serve Krishna in the spiritual world and in this material world too. So Lord Balaram becomes his bed, his paraphernalia, everything that's offered to him, the holy dham, his personal abode, everything that Krishna needs and wants, Lord Balaram expands that for him. And in the material world too, every item we use to offer Krishna is actually an expansion of Lord Balaram. The mridanga is known as Lord Balaram, the kartals, every musical instrument we offer. So, Lord Balaram is the totality of service to Krishna. And it's that same Lord Balaram that has come in this age as Lord Nityananda, accompanying Lord Chaitanya. So, Balaram, he also expands the first quadruple expansion of Vasudev, Sankarshan, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna, who then manifests as Lord Narayan in Vaikuntha. And then there's the second quadruple expansion of Vasudev, Sankarshan, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna. And from there comes Mahavishnu, who is lying on the causal ocean and emanating the universes from the pores of his body by his breath. So as he breathes in, he dissolves universes. And when he breathes out, he expands universes. So, and within each of those universes, there's Mahavishnu further expands himself as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who creates each individual universe by manifesting Lord Brahma from his navel, from the lotus flower from his navel, and then Lord Brahma comes and manifests the whole universe. And then he further expands into Kshirodakshaya Vishnu in the hearts of every living entity. So all of these expansions come from Lord Balaram, who is none other than Lord Nityananda in this age. So this shows how powerful, how supremely powerful Lord Nityananda is. But he has taken the position of a servant to serve Lord Chaitanya and to beg the people of this age to take up Krishna consciousness. So we know a little bit about the history of Lord Nityananda. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is described how he was born in Ekachakra, and his parents were Mother Padmavati and Hadai Oja. It is said that when he appeared in this world, all the inauspiciousness was destroyed from the surroundings. Everyone became blissfully happy. Everyone who saw him was so mesmerized, and they became just so joyful upon having the glance of Lord Nityananda. Everyone also became very attached to him. He was Ekachakra Pran. He was the life force of Ekachakra. All the residents of Ekachakra were brought unlimited bliss in his association, and just having his presence made that whole town very auspicious. He became their very life force. It said that his body was as effulgent like 1,000,000 suns, and everyone was so deeply attached to him, especially his parents. In fact, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is said, Nityananda Prabhu decided to leave home at one point, but his parents, fearing distress in his absence, did not leave him alone. Even Nityananda's mother did not see him if Nityananda's mother did not see him for a moment, she considered that moment equal to a yuga, and his father considered it even longer. Hadai Oja could not go anywhere without Nityananda. For every moment, whether farming in the house of his disciple, in the marketplace, or on the road, whatever he was doing, he would glance at Nityananda 100 times every minute out of fear that he might leave. Imagine that, looking at Lord Nityananda 100 times every minute. That's more than once per second. As Hadai Pandit repeatedly embraced him, the soft as butter, delicate body of Nityananda would merge in his body. In this way, Hadai Pandit went everywhere accompanied by his son. It seemed Hadai Pandit was the body and Nityananda was the life air. So Nityananda was the very soul of all the residents of Ekachakra, especially his parents. But then, at one point, a sannyasi came to the house of Hadai Oja and Mother Padmavati. And as we all know, when a sannyasi comes, we are greatly blessed and we serve them. So Hadai Oja fed him and washed his feet and welcomed him, and then spent many hours discussing Lord Krishna's pastimes with the sannyasi. Hadai Oja was very advanced, so he knew exactly how to worship a sannyasi and honor him. So the next day, when the sannyasi, it was time for him to leave, he begged alms from Hadai Oja. And Hadai Oja said, "Yes, you can ask me for anything." And the sannyasi said that he needs an assistant to travel with him when he's going on pilgrimage now. And he asked for Lord Nityananda, the son. Hadai Oja was so devastated. The sannyasi said he will take greater care of Nityananda than his own life. But Hadai Oja was heartbroken because he was in a pickle. He knows that it's almost offensive to not give a sannyasi what they ask for. And he knows that from previous experience and from what he learned in the Shastra, that when you surrender to the sannyasi and you give them what they ask for, then it brings auspiciousness to your life. But how could he part with his beloved son, who they couldn't bear a moment of separation without? So, Mother Padmavati is actually very exalted also. She's so chaste and loyal to her husband. When Hadai Oja went and spoke to her and asked her what should we do, she said, "Whatever you decide, I will agree." Just as a chaste wife does, just surrendering to whatever her husband decides, even though it would also break her heart to not have her son around. So Hadai Pandit had to give up his son to the sannyasi. And as soon as Lord Nityananda left, Hadai Pandit fell unconscious on the ground. It said that there's no way to describe how piteously he wept. And he became so overwhelmed by the separation that he actually went mad, He stopped eating for 3 months. People were asking him, what's happened? What's wrong? So we can just imagine what it's like to lose the association of the Lord when you have it, and how devastating it must have been for Hadai Pandit and Mother Padmavati. It said that later on, Hadai Pandit actually left his body due to the separation. So Lord Nityananda then went on pilgrimage with the sannyasi, and he went to Vrindavan, and he was staying there, but all the while waiting for Lord Chaitanya to reveal himself. Because Lord Chaitanya was younger and he was being a scholar, and so Lord Nityananda was waiting for him to reveal himself as the Supreme Lord. And because they're connected eternally, they are both the Supreme Lord, he knew when this was happening, like from his heart internally. So when he had understood that Lord Chaitanya had now revealed himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he then went to Navadvip, and he stayed in the house of Nandan Acharya. So at that point, Lord Chaitanya understood that Nityananda has arrived because they are internally connected. So he told his close associates, about a very auspicious dream that he had, where a chariot had appeared, and a big chariot with an effulgent, strong personality on the chariot, who was bringing benediction to everyone. So this dream signified that Lord Nityananda was coming. So he told Haridas Thakur and Srivas Pandit to go and look for this personality. So they went and searched everywhere, all throughout Navadvip, but they could not find any new person who had come. So they came back to tell Lord Chaitanya, we looked everywhere, but we didn't find anybody. And then Lord Chaitanya knew, okay, I will take you to him. So he took them. He went straight to the house of Nandanacharya and then found Lord Nityananda, effulgent as anything, sitting, and everyone was mesmerized by seeing Lord Nityananda. And that meeting of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda is said to be a very powerful meeting, because this was now them coming together. The 5 members of the Panchatattva were finally all in the same place, and now they could distribute the mercy of Krishna consciousness far and wide all together. So, but there's also a lesson to be learned, which actually I heard in a class by Keshav Swami, about why Srivas and Haridas couldn't actually find Lord Chaitanya. It is said that this proves that Lord Nityananda, they couldn't find Lord Nityananda. So it said that this proves that Lord Nityananda is confidential. He can't simply be found just by going and looking for him. He has to be revealed. You have to find him through Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya will reveal him to you. And an interesting point is that Srivas and Haridas are not just ordinary personalities. Srivas Pandit is Narad Muni, and Haridas Thakur is Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma created this universe, and Narad Muni is constantly traveling to every corner of the universe. So if they cannot find someone that's in the universe, that means that person is not meant to be found easily. That has to be revealed. So the fact that they couldn't find Lord Nityananda means that he was meant to be revealed by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And this is also an interesting point, because Lord Nityananda is the original guru. He's the Adi Guru. And therefore it's like saying that we can't externally just seek out a guru in that way. The guru has to be revealed from within the heart. We need the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. We need the mercy of other Vaishnavas to find our guru. So, how is Lord Nityananda the original guru? Well, he is the reason that we started our spiritual journey. Especially for us in Kali Yuga, there's no way we could have started our Krishna conscious journey without the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So he is making Krishna consciousness possible and accessible to everyone, to the people of this age, and not a specific class of people. He makes Krishna consciousness accessible to every single type of person of this age. He expands the mercy so widely to everyone. So in that way, he is the original guru. And it's also said that the presence of Nityananda Prabhu is always felt in the presence of one's own guru. For the guru is considered to be the living manifestation of Nityananda Prabhu's love and mercy. And his Shakti, power, is what gives the disciple the ability to perform devotional service and experience spiritual bliss. So, Lord Nityananda is energizing all our current spiritual masters. He energized Srila Prabhupada to take that mercy and expand it to all the people of this age in the Western countries, which was actually never done before. Lord Chaitanya expanded this mercy throughout India, and Srila Prabhupada extended it and brought it to the West. So he is already manifesting his mercy through our spiritual masters, and it's his power, his mercy, that gives us as disciples the ability to carry out the instructions of our spiritual masters and take up Krishna consciousness with full force. So there is nobody more merciful than Lord Nityananda. It's said that it's not that Lord Nityananda just gives off once of mercy for us to start our spiritual journeys. No, he is giving us mercy every day and sustaining us in our spiritual journeys. We wouldn't be able to even continue in Krishna consciousness, let alone start, if we didn't have the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And he begged the people of this age in a very humble mood to please worship Krishna, please chant the holy name. Imagine the Supreme Lord, who is so powerful, he created all the universes, but he is coming in the mood of a beggar. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has such a beautiful verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Who in this world but Nityananda could show his mercy to such an abominable person as me? Because he is intoxicated by ecstatic love and is an incarnation of mercy, he does not distinguish between the good and the bad. He delivers all those who fall down before him. Therefore, he has delivered such a sinful and fallen person as me. So this is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's humility also. But we can relate very strongly to this verse, to these three verses, because we actually had no qualification in taking up Krishna consciousness. We didn't have any strength and prowess in our performance of devotional service. If we had to just measure our advancement by our japa, by our attentive chanting, or by our reading, or by our service and our worship of the deities, then we wouldn't get anywhere if that was the only measure of our Krishna consciousness. It's the mercy of Lord Nityananda that's carrying us and that's making each day possible, and that's actually carrying the most weight. It's not our endeavor, as much as we should endeavor to our maximum to serve Krishna. But our endeavor actually makes up a very small part of our advancement and our final destination. It's all the mercy of Lord Nityananda and sticking to his process that he's given so mercifully to all of us. It is said that he is intoxicated by ecstatic love. And Kadamba Swami used to say, when someone is intoxicated, they're drunk. They can't see clearly. So Lord Nityananda distributes the mercy freely. He can't see who is fit and who is unfit, who is a worthy candidate to receive his mercy. There's no one who's unworthy. Everybody is worthy of receiving Lord Nityananda's mercy. So there's a beautiful song, Nitai Pada Kamala, Koti Chandra Shushitala, Jai Chayai Jagata Jurai. The lotus feet of Lord Nityananda are a shelter where one will get the soothing moonlight, not only of one, but of millions of moons. If the world wants to have real peace, it should take shelter of Lord Nityananda. So we were struggling in the entanglement of material existence, burning in the fire, as it said. And Lord Nityananda's lotus feet are a shelter from that. They're cooling. They cool us from the fire of material existence and bring happiness to all. Nityananda, eternal happiness. Anyone who is in touch with Lord Nityananda will be eternally happy. It's not possible to be unhappy in the association of Lord Nityananda. So this is also, it says, if the world wants to have real peace, it should take shelter of Lord Nityananda. And we see this by Srila Prabhupada, who is spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world, that he is giving everyone shelter. He's creating these temples all over the world to give the world shelter from the storm, from the blazing fire of material existence. So Lord Nityananda has come to save us with his compassion and acceptance. I remember when the Peter Maritzburg deities were being installed, Sri Sri Dayal Nitai Gaura Hari, in 2017, they had the most beautiful installation ceremony. I'm sure a lot of the devotees here were there. That was my first installation ceremony that I'd ever seen. Actually, first and only so far. And it was so auspicious. You just felt that energy that when the deities were revealed and all the mantras and all the rituals they were doing to invite the life force into the deity and the abhishek. And at the end of it, when they opened the curtains, the pujari told someone, they have come to save us. Like, they have come all the way to save us. Like how Srila Prabhupada said when he was installing Gaur Nitai, that they've come all the way to your country to save you. So we were suffering. There was no hope for us. But Lord Nityananda is the one who's giving us hope and a way out to everyone. So one inspirational story that we all know of the transformation that Lord Nityananda creates is the story of Jaga and Madai. And I know we'll hear more about that in the evening lecture, so stay tuned. But this story is special not only because of Nityananda's mercy to very, very sinful people. Jaga and Madai were extremely sinful. It wasn't light what they were doing. They were incredibly sinful, doing every wrong possible thing. And Lord Nityananda just mercifully extended himself without thinking. For him, he didn't need to think, do I forgive them? Like the way we are. When someone does something, we always have to think, do I forgive them? Do I trust them again? Do I want them in my life again? But Lord Nityananda just immediately forgave, immediately welcomed them, and actually told Lord Chaitanya not to punish them because Lord Chaitanya was furious. But what I find completely inspiring about this is that they immediately transformed their hearts. Upon receiving the mercy of Lord Nityananda, their hearts were completely transformed within a second, and then they felt remorse, they begged forgiveness, and Lord Nityananda very easily said, would a father not forgive their child? Like Lord Nityananda didn't take it seriously, all their offenses. But they felt so remorseful that they built a ghat to bathe the visiting pilgrims' feet. And that just showed me how quickly the mercy can come and transform us if we allow it, if we accept it fully. Because they were right at the bottom with their sinful activity, but because they accepted the mercy, it transformed their lives and consciousness immediately, and they became topmost Vaishnavas. So we may think for ourselves, we've been practicing for so long, so many years, why aren't we changing the way they have immediately changed? And I think it's to do with them accepting the mercy, because the mercy is there for everyone to receive. But also, we can understand that we have changed, We don't have to just look at ourselves every minute and think, am I better than the last minute? But we can look at ourselves over a period of time and think, how much has my life changed in the last 10 years? If we look back 10 years ago, a lot of us were not practicing Krishna consciousness. Or if we were, maybe we weren't so serious. Maybe we were just delving in. Maybe we weren't chanting 16 rounds. So it has changed us, and there's a nice description that when you get wrinkles, you don't actually notice it's coming day by day. It's not that one day you wake up and your face is full of wrinkles. Actually, it happens so gradually. And then one day you look and you say, I have wrinkles. But you didn't notice how it was happening. So that's how advancement in Krishna consciousness is. We don't notice that it's happening, but it is happening by the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So today is the day for us to beg for that mercy, to increase our endeavor to receive that mercy. Somebody asked Jayapataka Swami, how can we get the mercy of Lord Nityananda? And his response was, how can you avoid the mercy of Lord Nityananda? how can we not get the mercy of Lord Nityananda? Because he's giving it out so freely and so accessibly to everyone. We just have to receive it. And it is said that the best way to get his mercy is to share Krishna consciousness with everyone. Because the only way to get the mercy of Radha and Krishna is to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. The only way to get Lord Chaitanya's mercy is to get the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And the only way to get Lord Nityananda's mercy is to get the mercy of Jagai and Madai. And how do we get the Jagai and Madai's mercy? It's by preaching to the Jagais and Madais of this world. Because now we don't only have one Jagai and Madai. We have unlimited Jagais and Madais in this world, including ourselves. So we preach to ourselves first, transform our heart, and share Krishna consciousness widely with all the people of this world. And there's so many ways to share Krishna consciousness. There's book distribution, obviously. I mean, Lord Nityananda himself went out on Sankirtan, so we don't really have an excuse. He's God, but he was going out. So we can try to share Krishna consciousness in different ways. There's book distribution, there's preaching over social media, just sharing something you're reading, and it reaches people. Social media these days reaches a lot of people. The Krishna consciousness can spread quite widely through social media, if anyone into that. And there's also ways to reach out at work to the people that are in your sphere. You can share books with them or invite them to an outreach program, or get them involved with Rath Yatra. That's coming up. That's a nice way to get everyone involved and to really, really distribute the mercy. And also by being an exemplary person, by being a good example, goes a long way. I know a few of us, like my brother had this experience and I had this experience where before we were even in Krishna consciousness, we knew devotees at, he knew at university, one of his lecturers, and one of my, when I was in school, I was going to like these extra computer classes because we didn't have a teacher. And he was a devotee. And just watching both of these examples was amazing. And like we didn't know anything about Krishna consciousness, but we could see these people, they have something. They conduct themselves so nicely. They're so peaceful, tolerant, compassionate. So just by these qualities, we are sharing Krishna consciousness actually by imbibing these qualities. So another way is, as I'm told, back to Godhead subscriptions. There's devotees in the foyer if anyone wants to update their Back to Godhead subscription or get involved and find out more of how to subscribe and all of that. That's in the foyer. That's another way to share the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And all we need is a drop of faith, really. And all we need to give someone is a drop of faith. It is said Lord Nityananda opened up the marketplace of the holy name. And he said that he is selling the holy name for the price of only one's faith. All you need is a drop of faith and you can get the holy name. In Chaitanya Bhagavat it is said, I offer my respectful obeisances to the two fathers of the Sankirtan movement, whose long arms reach to their knees, who are splendid like gold, whose large eyes are lotus flowers, who are the maintainers of the worlds, the best of the Brahmanas, and the protectors of the Yuga Dharma, the religion of the age, who bring happiness to the people of the world, and who have come to this place because they are very merciful. So, they are the fathers of the Sankirtan movement, and they've come to bestow benediction to all of us. And we are their followers, so we can also extend this mercy to others in whatever small way or big way we can. We know from the story of the Ramayana that even a small endeavor is not really small, Because if we are giving our full capacity to Krishna consciousness, it doesn't matter if the endeavor is big or small. We know Hanuman was lifting big boulders, and there was a squirrel who was just lifting tiny grains. But Lord Ram appreciated both services equally, because both devotees were serving to their full capacity. So it's really about that for us. And on Nityananda Trayodasi, I like to meditate on trying to expand that capacity in me, because I know my capacity is very small, and I'm praying that I can serve my full capacity, but also for my capacity to just grow a little bit. I think it does grow with all of us in our journey of Krishna consciousness. So I pray that by the mercy of Lord Nityananda, all of our capacities can grow, and we can all fulfill the vision of our spiritual master for all of us. Because Lord Nityananda represents the Guru. He is the original Guru also. So it's a nice day to meditate on his mercy in sending us a spiritual master, and to pray for him to be able to serve our spiritual masters, to serve Srila Prabhupada to the best of our ability. And to end, I just want to read this beautiful song called Nitai Gunamani. I'm just going to read the translation because it's so beautiful. My Lord Nityananda, the jewel of all virtues, my Lord Nityananda, the jewel of all virtues, has brought the flood of ecstatic love of God that has drowned the entire world. Bringing this overwhelming deluge of prema when he returned to Bengal from Jagannath Puri on Lord Chaitanya's order, Nitai has inundated the assembly of devotees. The fallen non-devotees did not drown, however, but remained floating on that ecstatic ocean. Lord Nityananda freely offered this exalted prema, which is difficult for Lord Brahma to attain, even to the fallen and wretched souls who did not desire it. The ocean of mercy had formerly been sealed tight, but Nitai cut a channel in its boundary to allow the great flooding waves of nectarian prema to splash from house to house. Sri Sri Radha Radhanath ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Sri Giriraj Govardhan ki jai, Sri Nityananda Ram ki jai. Lochan Das says, whoever has not worshipped my Nitai or taken advantage of this excellent opportunity offered by him knowingly commits suicide. So let's take advantage of the mercy of Lord Nityananda by meditating today, and now we can proceed with the arti, and we'll have some kirtan.